Hey guys, I'm Randy.
And I'm Daniel.
We're two lifelong friends and musicians, but when we're not playing gigs, we like to talk games.
And today on the Gaming Gig Podcast, we're discussing whether we and you regret buying an Xbox Series S or X.
Okay, so for whatever reason, I don't know exactly why, but over the past week or 2, 3 weeks, I don't know, for a little while, there's been this conversation going on about Xbox and kind of the state of where people are in terms of have they been enjoying their Xbox consoles, the most recent ones, the Series consoles, or if they have not. And it's kind of come down to some people saying that they have regretted purchasing an Xbox console. Have you heard anything about this?
I've seen the headlines pop up, and I think it probably just has to do with the fact that just again and again and again we just come back to they just haven't put out those exclusives yet.
Right.
That we were promised, mainly. I don't know that there's been like a straw that broke the camel's back. I think it's just been a slow burn, and I think people are just kind of getting tired of it. But I still have faith that
I do too.
They'll drop some.
Yeah. I mean, now, just full transparency before we move on with the conversation, we'll say we both own an Xbox Series X, and we, both have had them for the majority of the life. I got in on it pretty early, and you were not far behind on getting a Series X. You were within the first year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So,
and you've played yours a lot more than me.
I have. In fact, I played it just this morning.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
But I did play it recently when we were doing Crash Team Rumble.
Yeah, but that was like the first time you had played it in quite a while.
In fact, I had to take it out of a closet to set it up to do that.
That is bad.
But that's not... I don't blame you, Xbox. It's right off camera here. What I blame is the PC next to the Xbox, mainly. That kind of like slotted into the role that the Xbox might have filled.
Right. There's a lot of conversation to be had here about in terms of, Xbox's space or what their role in the gaming space is. And we'll talk about that because we put out a poll just asking, do you regret buying an Xbox Series console? And this was our most popular poll ever. Yeah. It was our first poll to ever get 2,000, votes on it, which is pretty cool. So here's what the results, Daniel.
All right. So at 8%, people said, yes, I regret buying my Xbox Series. At 27%, people said, heck no, bro. And at 65%, people said, I ain't got one, fam.
Yeah. So...
And we crunched some numbers on this.
We did, yeah.
Because we were so excited to see that 2K votes pop up. So of the people who voted in this poll, 35% of them have an Xbox Series, right? So the people who regret it was around 23% of that, which comes out to around 161 people.
Yeah, out of the 700 people who own an Xbox and voted in this poll.
Right.
So around the important number is around that 23%. 23% of people. So almost a quarter of people who own an Xbox Series regret buying it, which I think is a pretty big number.
I think that's significant. I don't know that it's completely fair to extrapolate that to the world because it's still a small sample size, but right. I mean, that's the data we have.
Yeah. And still, if we can assume that number kind of stays the same, if a quarter of people who buy your product are just regret purchasing it, that's not good.
That's not good.
We should run this poll for the PlayStation 5 and see if it comes out as what the numbers would be there. That would be interesting.
What's your prediction on that?
I would say that it would be less than 23%. I would say it's probably... I don't know the number, but I know it's less than 23 because I hardly ever hear people talk about the PlayStation 5 in as negative of a way as they do towards Xbox. And we'll see that as we read through the comments here. I think we'll notice this isn't intended to be like a console wars thing.
No.
But I think we'll kind of see that people do constantly. You can't help but compare it to the PS5.
Yeah, no, you can't help it. So let's get started here with the Robot 6644. Says, I have a game collection, and I'm happy being able to catch up on games I've missed out on over the years. That being said, I do want more exclusives to be released. So right off the bat, elephant in the room.
Yeah, more exclusives. But, great point. Being able to catch up on old games because the Xbox Series X, it can play discs from the Xbox One and the Xbox 360 and original Xbox.
Yeah.
It goes all the way back.
And, they're being kind to their their buyer base because they're giving you time to catch up on those old games since they're not feeding you the new ones.
Okay.
I had to get one.
You had to get one. Just one jab at them.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, yeah. So
But that is the backwards compatibility is big.
It is very cool. And I've taken advantage of that and really enjoy it. And that's something that I really miss out on when I'm playing PlayStation 5, because the only console it's backwards compatible to is the PlayStation 4, which is nice. But I mean, I would love to be able to play PlayStation 3 games, PS2, PS1 games. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I actually bought a PlayStation 3 not even that long ago, just because I had PlayStation 3 games that I wanted to be able to play that I cannot play on the PlayStation 5. It's a shame.
It is.
So let's see. Next, we got determined Torres, who said, I have both the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting one. But I sold the Switch because Nintendo really hasn't been the same to me since the Wii/DS DSi and the Wii U and 3DS days. Interesting. I'm looking forward to getting a Steam Deck to replace the Switch because it does what Nintendo doesn't nowadays. I also have a PC as well, but where's the fun in not getting all of them that interest you? And nope, I did not regret one thing. It's a backwards compatible beast. So the backwards compatibility is a big thing, but otherwise, we've moved off on a Nintendo land here.
And I love seeing the Steam Deck get thrown in because I'm a massive fanboy. But, you know, he's got a point, or she, I really don't know. Torres has got a point here. The Steam Deck does a lot that Nintendo doesn't.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I've been doing that myself this week. I've been doing a little Wii U emulation. Switch is next. I'm just saying. I haven't got it set up yet, but Switch is next.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to try to tackle PS3, and then it's maxed out.
And then you're done.
Yeah.
And that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Well, I know today we're supposed to be talking about the Xbox Series X, which I do still play. But I also really still play my Switch a lot.
We're about to play the Switch a whole heck of a lot here in just a couple of weeks.
I know. I'm going to be doubling up because Catherine and I have been playing the Bayonetta Origins, Soraya and the Lost Demon, and we've been playing that, and we should finish that one probably today, but we've been playing that one. It's quite a long game, so we've been playing it for weeks and weeks now. Just a little bit at a time. Every night we play just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, you've been playing that a long time.
It's a good one, too. I've been playing the Switch a lot, and then, so, I don't know. Let's go back to Xbox here. Determined Torres, it was determined to get us talking about Nintendo and Switch.
Good job.
Knows that we're a Nintendo fanboys.
I'm so hyped.
I know, I'm super hyped. Come on, Tears of the Kingdom. This is going to be great. All right. Hit us with this next one.
All right. Sony said, for almost every generation, I eventually owned all the major consoles, but tended to have a preference for the PlayStations. Then the Fire Nation... This is the first generation where I'm content with the PS5, and due to the limited gaming time, can't justify buying a Series X. I have a Switch, but I don't use that often anymore. I love Nintendo exclusive, but the system is just too dated at this point. I can't bring myself to pick it up over the PS5 when I have time to game.
Limited time, you got to choose.
You do. That's why I love the handhelds, like the Switch, because they help me maximize limited time. But I feel you.
Yeah.
I do.
So, tend to go towards the PlayStation. So this time, don't need a Series X. And I would say, like, if you are kind of like choosing between a PlayStation and, like, say you were choosing between a PS5 or one of the Xbox Series consoles, really it comes down to what exclusives do you like, because that is going to be the main differences. Otherwise, like hardware-wise, there's not a huge differences. The controller.
The controller is big.
Yeah.
That DualSense is...
yeah, it's really nice.
It's a lot nicer, I think, than the Xbox controller.
I don't have a problem with the Xbox controller, but it feels dated at this point.
It does.
Like, it feels like it hasn't really changed much since the Xbox 360. And I don't know. I just like the DualSense. But that being said, I like some of the Xbox exclusives. I've enjoyed some of them, but there's just not that many. You can like count them on one hand.
Yeah.
And like some of the big Xbox exclusives, like say Halo Infinite, I'm not a big Halo person, so I never even play it. Yeah.
I didn't play the campaign. I did play the multiplayer a fair amount. And then I just kind of got tired of it.
Yeah, and but...
It played good, and it was fun.
Yeah.
I will say.
Yeah. But, Game Pass is great, and that's something that's on there. But, in terms of exclusives, we got things like, I love the Forza Horizon games. Love those games, and glad to have been able to play them on, Xbox. You can play those on PC, too, but, they're not exclusive, I guess.
Right. I mean, maybe Starfield will be our saving grace.
I'm interested. I'm really interested, but I just, for some reason, don't have a whole lot of hope. We just haven't seen enough. Like, we have not seen enough Starfield to, like, really get me excited about it.
I definitely don't have a lot of hope. I just can't have like blind faith in Bethesda anymore.
Well,
I just can't.
well, fair enough.
But I want to, because they used to be like my favorite studio.
Well, maybe this will be the one, man.
Maybe.
You know, you got to always like go into it with thinking positively and like hoping for the best, you know?
Got to live off that hopium.
Speaking of hopium.
Okay. I'm excited for this segue.
I was just going to say a real positive place is our Discord server.
And we hope you join it.
We do. Yeah.
Using the link in the description.
Yeah. No, you can continue, Daniel. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to get hope in there.
Oh, you just wanted to mix it in.
Yeah.
No, but we have a Discord server, and we would love for you to join it. It's a good place to kind of hang out, and we talk games over there, but also we post when we put out a podcast or any gaming videos or when we go live on Twitch. So it's a cool place. Come hang out with us on Discord. Now that we've plugged Discord, let's see what old D1 Usions of Grandeur says.
All right. D1 Usions of Grandeur says, nope, I'm perfectly happy with my Xbox. Though that Activision deal being blocked did kill a lot of excitement I had for the rest of the year. I was planning on playing Diablo 4 at work thanks to xCloud, and now it seems like I'll have to wait till I get home to play now. Huge bummer.
I mean, you could do the remote play.
You could, because they'll
play.
actually let you do it like, well, PlayStation makes you do it on Wi-Fi. You can't do it over a cell signal. So anyway,
But you can remote play over
Wi-Fi from somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, you could remote play to your Xbox and play, play your Diablo wherever you want. I mean, it probably isn't going to be as good of an experience as you would if you were playing on the xCloud or Microsoft Cloud Gaming or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, I did experiment with that pretty heavily once. And I did play like one round of Gears 4 Horde or Gears 5 Horde.
Remote played or
remote played.
Remote played, okay.
And it was good. But I haven't been able to recreate that experience.
It's been bad every other time?
It just hasn't been good, yeah.
Yeah, I've been able to remote play successfully a couple times, but I find that it is 100% dependent on how good of internet you have at wherever you're remoting from, and also how far away you are there. Yeah, how far away you are, which makes a big difference. I don't know.
Definitely.
So it's something worth checking out if you really are determined to try to play somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So next we got Just a Watcher, not a commenter, just a watcher.
Just a watcher.
Breaking the rules here. I don't have one, but I want one, mainly for backwards compatibility, Forza, and Flight Simulator. So I think it's good to point out comments of people who do want an Xbox Series console but don't have one.
Yeah.
Because there are people out there. It isn't just like people are always like crapping on these consoles. There are people who want them. If I didn't have one, I would want one.
Oh, yeah.
For, one, the backwards compatibility, but yes, Forza. We already said, I love that game. I love the Forza games. And also Flight Simulator is pretty cool.
Have you played that?
Yeah, I played it on Series.
I haven't played that, but
Now,
it does look really cool.
I own Flight Simulator X, I think it was. I don't know. I own one of the other flight simulators on PC. Now, I played the newest one, like the 2020 Flight Simulator on Series X, and thought it was really cool, looked amazing, but I kind of was like, I think I'd rather play this on PC. It just seems more like a PC type game.
It does seem very PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Flight Simulator, so I mean, like, I'm all in on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, my dad always had some sort of flight simulator on the PC when I was growing up.
Yeah. Maybe it's just because that's where I always played Flight Simulators. They just feel very PC, like they should be there. But it was fine on the Xbox Series X.
Can you hook up like a stick to the Xbox?
I'm sure you could.
I bet you can.
I'm sure there's things out there. I didn't do it. I just played it with the controller.
Yeah.
But.
All right. Dark Souls 2 enjoyer.
An enjoyer of Dark Souls 2.
Yep. Only the sequel. Said, I have a PlayStation 5 and I'm very content with it, but there are some Xbox exclusives I wish I could play. There
you go again. See, it's not just one-sided.
It never is.
The PS5 owners, some of them want to be able to play those Xbox exclusives. I think one of the things that has happened this past couple weeks that has really kind of diminished the morale around Xbox is one, we didn't really touch on this much, but it was mentioned earlier comment, the Activision deal seeming like it's at least rockier now. Yeah. We don't know what's going to happen, but it's, the footing isn't as sure as it was for sure. Right. And also on top of that, we have, one of the bigger Xbox exclusives coming out, being Redfall, and it doesn't hasn't previewed well. Reviews are not great, and it's just eh. So it seems like that game's not gonna be quite as great as maybe some people were hoping.
Right. I'm gonna make a bold prediction here that by the end of the generation, everything will be fine.
Well, you might be right. I mean,
by the end, we'll be able to look back on the series and be like, "There's some great games there."
But here's the thing: like after Starfield, what is there? What are we waiting on? Like, because that's the big one right now. That's they're literally hinging everything. It feels like on Starfield.
That statement just actually gave me anxiety.
Yeah. Right.
I haven't thought of it like that.
Yeah.
That kind of made me itchy.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right.
I mean, I think a lot of it was going towards this Activision Blizzard thing going through. Then maybe we get all, the Call of Duties and everything. It'll be exclusives. Well, they won't be because they signed those 10-year deals. But eventually, it's, I don't know.
There has to be something after Starfield, right?
Right?
Like, Halo.
Yeah, another Halo. Right. Like we're going to get another Halo. Not at all.
Maybe another Halo or Forza. I don't know.
We've already gotten multiple Forza games.
I know. I'm just joking. I don't know. You're right. But I just think there will be something eventually. I'm choosing to be hopeful.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see. And that's
there's never. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But there's never been a generation like that I can think of that we can look back on and be like, there were no games.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're right. It's true, but
there's a first time for everything.
Well, I mean, some would argue that the Xbox One didn't have that many. Like, there were a good amount, but I mean, it definitely didn't feel like it had as many as, say, PlayStation. And I know it's hard to not compare them.
Yeah.
Even, say, the Wii U. I mean, even though it was, it sold very poorly, there were still tons of Wii U games that were great games.
Yeah, tons.
And were exclusive. But I mean, and
they brought them all to Switch.
And there were Xbox One exclusives, but you can just kind of name them out. You can say okay, you got your Gears, you got your Forza, you had your Halo game, and but
Gears. Eventually, there has to be a Gears game.
Yeah,
good, Randy. That's good. I like Gears.
I know you do. And there eventually probably will be another Gears game, right?
I haven't heard anything about it.
Well, I mean, how long has it been since Gears 5 came?
A long time.
It's been a while?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it wasn't that long ago. I mean, I know it was multiple years ago, but I just remember it being new and on the shelves. 2019? That's not that long ago. It's going to be a while before you see Gears 6, my friend.
That game feels old.
It's not. I'm telling you, it's not that old.
Why does Gears 5 feel so old to me? I think it's because I loved Gears 4 so much and I didn't love 5. I played it and kind of moved on. Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, Gears.
There you go.
That's got to happen eventually.
I don't know that we're going to get a new. I mean, because the Gears 5 was almost cross-gen. It wasn't. It was on Xbox One, but it was so close to the new one that we probably won't see Gears 6. I wouldn't be surprised if there's not Gears 6 this console generation. If there's not one, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, there's got to be.
I mean, you think about it. I mean, some of these games are taking, they're longer and longer to develop.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long the distance was between Gears 4 and Gears 5. I guess you can find out that pretty easily. But
I can find that out.
Let's see. We know Gears 5 came out in 2019. When did Gears 4 come out?
2016.
So that was 3 years. Okay. So, I mean, they turned that around pretty quick. So, I mean, let's assume that.
And there was 5 years between 3 and 4.
Well, there's already been 4 years since Gears 5 came out. So who knows? Maybe we will get a new Gears game this. I wonder if there's been any news, any rumors about it.
I'm finding out right now. Gears 6 is set to be the next video game that the Coalition works on.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But that's all they've said. It's our next game.
It's our next game, but who knows when it's going to happen. Oh, it could be any day now. We might get a reveal. That would make you happy, right?
That would make me really happy.
All right, let's next we got LaFlame1 who says, I have a Series S and I'm happy with it. That's pretty cool.
I think the Series S is cool.
I think I like how cute it is.
Yeah.
It's small and cute.
Yeah, it's very small and cute.
And it plays the newest generation of games, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you think that I don't know how much it actually does, but I've heard that the Series S kind of is bottlenecking the current generation of games in terms of how they're being, put forward on Xbox because they have to cater towards this weaker system.
I've heard that too, and that would, I feel like that's poor planning if that's the case, because that's not good.
I hope it's not like bottlenecking the entire industry. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. I think that if anything, they'll just, if you had a game that just doesn't run well on the Series S, it's kind of like, oh well,
Yeah, I don't know. That does suck.
Yeah, it would suck if you're a Series S owner for sure.
I just watched a video last night on a Series S where there's a Wolf Den video where he bought a screen and put it on his Series S.
Okay, cool.
And then he bought this big portable outlet, and he 3D printed a mount and attached it to a Series S, and then he went outside and sat in his driveway and played Xbox for an hour before the battery died.
There are some things I really love about this here. One, it's small, but most importantly is its price. It's $300. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's phenomenal.
And you can get into the current gen
with $300. I mean, that is really, really good. So, I mean, I think that if I owned a Series S, I wouldn't mind it at all. It does 1080 gaming, it's HD. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's, doesn't look bad.
Does the Series S do 1440 too?
The Series S, it might on certain games.
Yeah, I think it might.
Yeah.
I don't know. Frankie's got one. He loves it.
Yeah. So, I mean, there you go.
All right. Graham Kelly said, I've never owned Xbox, and to be honest, Xbox and PlayStation are virtually the same. Just Xbox don't have many great exclusive games, and Sony does. Game Pass is very similar to PS Plus, Extra, etc., and PlayStation has VR, but the VR market is much, much smaller than regular gaming. I've had a PSVR 2 since day one, and now after a little over 2 months, not one single person on my friends list has one. We should add Randy.
Yeah, you should add me to your friends list. I have a PSVR 2 and a regular PSVR. But and I love it. I've been playing a lot of PlayStation VR 2. Yeah. So, yeah, in terms of the, back to Xbox, saying Xbox and PlayStation are virtually the same. And I think hardware-wise, there's not a lot of differences. They're very comparable. In fact, the Series X is, on paper, a more capable system than the PS5. So,
yep.
Not a whole lot of differences there. It's just really about the games.
It is. It's all about the games.
Oh, but Xbox has Quick Resume. I haven't mentioned Quick Resume yet. I was going to bring up Quick Resume because that's one of my favorite features on any gaming console. Quick Resume is the shiz.
Thought we were about to get dicey there.
No.
All right. We got... Oh, wait. This one's on you.
This one's on me. What, Progs?
Yeah.
Sold my Series X a month after Halo Infinite launched. I just play PS5 and remote play with my phone now. I struggled through that, and I don't know why. Okay.
I didn't serve it up to you to make you struggle, man. I was just trying to alternate.
Yeah, just trying to alternate. No, I'm supposing you were very interested in Halo, and then after that was, and you're like, well, there's no point in having this anymore.
And, I don't know that they've regretted that.
Yeah, probably not.
Since then.
There hasn't been, really, though. I mean, we've had, in terms of big exclusives since Halo, we had Forza Horizon 5. Mm-hmm. And, that's about it.
Yeah. This is
not, I mean, there's been little things, little games, like some indies and stuff have.
Well, yeah. There's indies.
Yeah.
There's indies on Switch, too. And Game Pass is good for that. I almost brought that up earlier. It's really cool awesome. That you can get a lot of really great indies on Game Pass.
But someone mentioned in the previous comment, they said that the PlayStation, now we have the PlayStation Plus Premium and Extra, which are very comparable to Game Pass. There's not a whole lot of differences. I'd say Game Pass probably in general has more games and maybe better games. Not really. I mean, there's pretty good games on those.
Yeah.
So, Game Pass, I think, is a little cheaper.
Is it a little cheaper? I haven't.
Maybe about a couple dollars.
Well, I like it, and I plan on resubscribing when Starfield comes out. Mm-hmm. So,
especially since last time I subscribed to Game Pass to play a game, I played the game and then unsubbed from Game Pass, and it was within a month. I got it, played the game, and then unsubbed, and they gave me my entire payment back. It was like I paid $0 to play that game.
That'd be so cool to pay $0 to play Starfield.
So maybe if you do it within a month, you could maybe potentially get all your money back. I don't know why they did that. I signed up for it, played the game, was like, okay, I'm done. They're like, okay, we'll just refund all your money. I probably...
You didn't even call. It wasn't a phone call. It was just Like an email? They sent you an email and said, we're giving you your money back?
I just went online and unsubbed, and they sent me my money back.
That's crazy.
Now, I only played one game on it, and, I may have only taken me a week.
Do you remember what game it was?
Yeah, it was during Halloween, and it was some little RPG that I played with Catherine, and it was like Halloween themed.
Maybe the Xbox people really hate that game, and they were like, "This is all he played. We're just gonna throw him a bone here."
He didn't really even play a game.
Yeah.
What was that game called? I don't remember what it was called. I don't know. It was cool.
Well,
It was like it was like a turn-based, turn-based RPG-ish thing. It wasn't really not much RPG mechanics, more just like turn-based combat, and you trick or treated. It was adorable.
All right.
I did a review on it. I mean, you can go look, but I just don't remember what it was called.
Adorable. All right, we got a comment from the Marco Monte. Okay. I have a PS5 and do want the Series X for their exclusives as well as the emulators.
Okay, this is something we haven't brought up yet, is emulation on Series X.
Yeah, and I'm sure if you get the emulators going, it is a very, very powerful emulator.
Apparently, there's been some very recent things where Xbox is kind of cracking down on the ability to emulate.
Yeah, I've heard that. I watched a video about that.
Like maybe it's like certain apps have been taken down, like that are dedicated emulators. Like maybe it was the Nintendo.
I think it had something to do with Nintendo.
Yeah, some sort of app that was emulating maybe, I don't know, maybe Switch or something. I don't know. But I don't remember exactly what it was. But apparently it's harder now to emulate on Series X than it has been because they're like putting some roadblocks in the way.
I wonder how you do that. I haven't looked into emulating on my Xbox at all. So
Apparently it used to be super easy and it was very good.
I wonder if you can download like RetroArch on your Xbox.
I don't know. I really don't know what it was, but apparently things have changed a little bit as of late. So who knows?
Well,
who knows?
Speaking of things that have changed a little bit as of late, we would like to tell you about our Twitch channel.
How does that change?
I was just trying to segue.
Okay.
But it may change soon because I'm having OBS struggles. I'm probably about to start using Streamlabs. So,
yeah.
Anyway, we stream 3 nights a week unless something happens. And it's a lot of fun. You should come hang out.
Yep, we're there on Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. So hang out with us on Twitch. But don't go anywhere now because we got more comments to read. We got here the No Try guy who said, "This is why Xbox leaned into Game Pass, so people without Xboxes can play on their phones even if they don't own one."
That did kind of seem like their game plan.
Yeah, that we talked about that early on when we started Gaming Game. We were like, does Xbox even care if you own a console?
Yeah.
And we kind of came to the conclusion that no, they really don't care.
Yeah.
Because there is so much Microsoft, this Xbox cloud gaming thing.
There's PC Game Pass.
There's PC Game Pass. There's Game Pass on your phone. You can play, it's just like.
You can play in a lot of ways.
Yeah. You do not at all have to have an Xbox. In fact, like maybe the best experience might be on an Xbox, but to get a comparable experience, you don't have to have an Xbox at all.
Nope.
So they really don't care much about their hardware. So maybe they don't care that people are kind of disappointed by it.
Maybe.
I don't know, though. I mean, if we're just looking at Game Pass as a service, it's a great service.
It's an excellent service.
But
I used to say it was the best value in gaming before Randy started using GameFly all the time.
Dude, we talked about GameFly, but that is legitimately the most money I've ever saved and played more games than ever is through GameFly. I don't want to just give an ad for GameFly. I want GameFly to sponsor us. It would make me so happy because that is like a service that I genuinely love and would love for them to sponsor us because I know they're not going to. Because the dream sponsor is the one that you like genuinely think is a great service, and that's like probably the best ad I could get for them right now. I'm not trying to just shill for them, although if they want to pay me, they can.
Okay, moving on from shilling Randy. We got Jan Luca. Jan Luca said, "Nope. I mainly got it for 3 reasons. 1, backwards compatibility since my Xbox One broke. 2, all my friends play on Xbox. 3, Xbox Game Pass."
I like the enthusiasm there. I'm sure that was exactly what Jan was channeling.
Well, I was trying to help him out.
Yeah. But no, really. I mean, all your friends playing on Xbox is a big one. Like,
That's huge.
That's wherever wherever the bros play, that's what you're going to get,
That's
right?
what you're going to get.
We've been there. Like, we legit have friends who bought Xboxes because we were constantly playing on an Xbox because we were playing Sea of Thieves on Xbox.
Yep. We have, Nick did that.
And Frankie.
That's true.
So we've had...
I don't know that Frankie really bought it because of us as much as he bought it because he wanted to get into current gen gaming and he couldn't find a PS5.
Well, there's that too.
Because Frankie's kind of a PlayStation guy in his heart.
Oh, okay. Well... So, but yeah, definitely at least one that we had.
For sure.
Because that's what we were all playing. It was like Sea of Thieves is an exclusive.
And then we had another friend who didn't because of us, but he bought a PS5. And so when we're trying to think of games to play together, we always have to check the cross compatibility.
Which, yeah. And more games need to be cross compatible. I'm sorry. It is really cool when a game is cross compatible. Like we just played, like you mentioned earlier, we played Crash Team Rumble. And that game had great, cross compatibility. And it was just super easy. We didn't have to worry about it.
Nope. It was great.
Yep.
All right. We got Tom Derry.
Tom Derry, yes. This is mine now. Don't steal it from me.
I realized that after I gave him the intro.
Tom says, I have to admit, I've never owned an Xbox of any kind.
That's all right.
And I replied to him and said, not even a 360? Because I said, I thought the government mandated that everyone get an Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Everyone had an Xbox 360.
You have to house and board soldiers, and you have to own a 360.
If you didn't,
that was from the Revolutionary War.
Yeah. If you don't get the red ring of death, you're not an American citizen.
Well, I'm certainly American because I got a red ring of death. Did you ever get one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I should say, like it was my brother's. It was our family's, but like he claimed it.
Yeah.
He didn't buy it. So I don't know how it was his, but he swore that thing was his.
Yeah. Oh, that's Jesse. Or no, it's Steven we're talking
Steven, yeah.
Steven.
He swore that it was his. It was like, man, I don't know why it would be yours. You didn't buy it. You didn't spend any money on it. I don't know.
But it red ringed, so he got his in the end.
It red ringed, and then we got another.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
And then we got another.
You had 3?
3 of them.
Wow. I only had 2.
We got 3 because... Nope, I take it back. We did not get 3. We got 2. Because we got 1, and it red ringed. And then my brother moves off to college, and of course he's got to take his Xbox 360 with him.
The family Xbox.
Yeah. So then we bought a second one. A second that's the one I have at home.
Nice.
Now I have a third one, which is where the confusion came from. But I bought that one on my own because it was on Facebook Marketplace, and it was ridiculous.
So you still have 2?
I have 2 Xbox. That's what threw me. I have 2, but...
Randy's just hoarding Xboxes.
I have 2 Xbox 360s. I want to sell one. If anyone wants to buy one, I got one in great shape.
All right. Larry House says, my Xbox is 95% for media and streaming. Xbox hasn't been a competitive gaming console since the days of the 360.
You know this reminded me of?
Who?
It reminded me of our friend Parker, who I'm Xbox friends with, and he is always on his Xbox, but it is always either Netflix or YouTube. He's like never playing a game, but he's always on there.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, his Xbox probably hasn't turned off in multiple generations. Because I remember when we were in high school, we were always on that Xbox.
Yeah.
Doing whatever.
Yeah.
Games, Netflix.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of people use, their console as their like streaming device. And if you're using your Xbox for that, I mean, some people do a lot of streaming.
I did that forever. I used my PlayStation as a streaming device forever until I got a smart TV. Or maybe until I got a Chromecast. Maybe then I started using my phone. Yeah. Maybe that was it.
I remember being very impressed with on your Switch account how many hours you spent watching YouTube on Switch. You use it a lot.
I did use the Switch YouTube a lot. You're right. I did because what would happen is I'd be playing Switch and then I'd be like, I want to watch some YouTube, and then I would just like do it on the Switch. And
this was also before you had a smart TV.
Yeah, and then it would just like autoplay or whatever, I bet you my YouTube account's hours are astronomical.
Dude, I bet I can give you a run for your money.
I accept your challenge.
Oh, I would almost guarantee that I spend more time on YouTube. This is not going to be just a match of saying, but I almost guarantee you.
So you spend more now, or you've spent more, period?
Both.
You think you spend more time on YouTube now?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, Randy.
Oh, yeah, man. I don't think you understand my life.
I don't think you understand my life.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Because it's still my primary form of entertainment. Although now that I finally have DirecTV for the Braves, go Braves, I don't use it as much.
Mm-hmm. Well,
which is healthy.
We're going to have to compare numbers one day.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it on camera.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we've reached the end of the podcast, but don't go anywhere because now we are going to do our 3 for Dale Club. Yeah. You see, if you make it to the end of the podcast, we want you to let us know you made it to the end so we can shout you out at the end of the next podcast. Mm-hmm. And the way you do that is our 3 for Dale Club. So hit us with how that works, Daniel.
All you got to do is leave us a comment saying whatever you want. Just include 3 for Dale in that comment. So if you want to tell Randy that his hat was cool or not, tell him. But then just drop in a 3 for Dale.
Yeah, that's our secret code word. Mm-hmm. And that lets us know you made it all the way to the end, and we shout you out next time. And this week, we've got 3 members of the 3 for Dale Club.
A true 3 for Dale.
Yes. And this is a great crew.
It's the MVPs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It just is what it is.
It is. So leading us off is Landon Stallings. Landon, we appreciate you.
He did specify that he's never been called Dale before.
I know. I read that comment.
Yeah, never been called Dale before.
Well, he has now.
Last week we said maybe people call him Dale, but no, apparently not.
Yep.
Oh, we also got Tom Derry. Tom, you've been awesome as of late. You've been really putting in the comments towards us. I like it a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
Really supporting us.
And Heather Cook, also a longtime member of the 3 for Dale Club and a great commenter.
Yep, absolutely. So, all right, guys. Well, until next time, I am Randy.
Which makes me Daniel.
And this has been Gaming Gig.
Peace out.